English is my second subject. My name is Adriel Cole, and allow me to explain. Growing up, school was boring for me, but there were some subjects that just clicked. Math, easy. Science, easy. Social studies, easy. English,
Oh, thank you.
English was the one subject that I had the most problems with. For some context, my family came from Jamaica. My mom was born in Jamaica, my dad was born in Jamaica, I was born in Jamaica as well. But I moved here when I was young, so I don't remember much, but my mom made sure to keep the tradition. So education was something that was taken extremely serious in my family, and my mom loved to read and write, and I didn't, and that didn't sit right with her. Not very well. In fact, uh during my 4th and 5th grade, just 4th, I failed English. Parent-teacher conference was not fun. In fact, the aftermath of parent-teacher conference kind of looked like this. So after that, I went to school the next day and I sat down in my class. Mind you, my class was right before lunch, so I always tried to leave before, because y'all know how it be in school. If you're not the first one at the lunch line, you're probably not gonna eat that day. Kind of an exaggeration, but y'all know what I mean. And combine that with the fact that I did not have the best night, as you guys saw in the last clip, I just didn't want to deal with a lot that day. So basically, as soon as the bell rang, I tried to, book it out the classroom. But my teacher stopped me. And I wasn't too happy about that. I didn't want to even see her that day, to tell you the truth, because she messed up my night. But she stopped me, she sat me down, and we had a little discussion. She told me at that point right there, everybody left the classroom, that she wanted to discuss my English grades. I already knew what my English grades were. That was, heavily imprinted on my behind. And she started to explain to me what she saw as a problem. Next, she told me that it's not because I don't like English or I don't like reading. It's because I don't like what I'm reading. And I didn't understand it at first, but she gave me an example of my other classes, like science. We used textbooks in science in that class, and I would read through all of those textbooks, and I would never see it as tedious or a chore. And I noticed that because I'd never paid mind to it. I liked science. Science was one of my favorite subjects at the time. And she told me after that she didn't like English sometimes. I didn't even know teachers could say that, to tell you the truth. I thought that you guys were bound by a law to like your subject. But it's not always the case. Sometimes it becomes a lot. It's just a matter of how much time and effort you're willing to put into it to be good at it. And she told me, just because you're bad at English, or rather, just because you don't like English, doesn't mean you don't have to be good at it. And when she told me that, I was about to leave the classroom with some wisdom in my heart. But before I left, she stopped me and said, it's all about how you apply yourself. After I left a new man. I felt like I got revived. I was different. I felt good in my soul. And basically, this is what my classes looked like for the rest of that year. Not only did this experience teach me that if I apply myself, that the sky's the limit, but also that just because I don't like something doesn't mean I have to be bad at it. So I'm gonna leave you with one of my favorite quotes. It's by Neil Gaiman. It's in the book Caroline. And he says, fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us that dragons can be beaten. And I beat my dragon, so I know that you guys can too. God bless, and take it easy, y'all.